Hi, welcome to my garden. I have two sides of the garden. So in my previous video, I showed you my front garden. And so today you are welcome on my Verge garden, where I have planted a few things like plants that take a long time to mature. And so here on this garden, we have corn or maize. It is the white maize. And this is the second season we have planted it. And we tried to see whether it could grow in this season. We have planted it in summer, and this time we planted it in May. Yeah, actually we planted it in May, and usually it takes around 4 to 5 months to mature. And so this is white maize, and it's starting now to flower. It's starting to flower. It's starting to flower. It's very growing very tall, this one. I think I'm even above this. Some of them, they are above my size. And as they flower, you can see as they flower, they are starting to form the corn. And for example, this one, I think it has around 3 corn kernels. Is it kernels? Are they called? Cobs. 3 kernel cobs. Last season, we actually had like 1 or 2 of them putting up to 5 cobs in one plant. So it was a good harvest. And this one looks like a good harvest. So although they are in different sizes, like we have the short ones at the back, the middle one, and the tall, they're all starting to flower. So we're very excited about this. It's white maize. We boil it, we roast. Yeah, and it can also make some cornmeal. And then at the bottom, we have some veggies, but plus weeds. There's a lot of weeding that needs to happen here because it's winter, it rains so much, and so the weeds grow very quickly. But in below the corn, it's veggies plus weeds, and I've let them grow anyway because the veggies are almost done. The season is almost done, so they get out, and we can plant the other things in there. So these veggies are very controversial veggies to some people. It's the black nightshade, but it's not the poisonous one. I'm told there are 2 types. There's the poisonous one and the non-poisonous. This one is the non-poisonous black nightshade. It's like it's bitter in its taste and nature, and when you plant it once, it will definitely grow the next season without planting. So most of this that is here, we didn't plant them just because we had planted it in the first season. So it just continued to grow. And yeah, we are enjoying it. We cook them with the spinach as well. And there are plenty of them in there. They have started to flower, so most likely we are going to take them out because I don't want much seedlings. I have plenty already, so we will harvest all of them and then weed the garden. So yeah, the corn is doing so well. As you can see, the stalks are very tall, they are strong, they are healthy, so I'm expecting a very good harvest. And then below it, I had planted climbing beans, and we've harvested a lot because we harvest them while they were green, and now they are trying to ripe. I let them ripe. See, they are very healthy inside there. I think they're the white ones, this one. Yeah. So we planted the climbing bean. We ate them as green beans, but we let a few of them mature so that we can see if we can harvest some, and we are harvesting them um, soon. So there are plenty. We have this one. Can you see at the back here? Some are starting to dry up. Um, and so yeah, the bugs love these leaves so much. So they have eaten all the leaves. The bugs have eaten all the leaves, but the beans are still there. So I'm letting them to mature. I think they're almost ready for harvesting. They're starting to yellow. So once they turn to yellow, all of them, they will be ready for harvesting. Yeah, so plenty of corn. And then yeah, very windy. So the sun is on and off. We are still in winter. We haven't finished winter. Spring and winter. So you will see the lightning of the video on and off just because the weather we are in. And so next here, I have sugarcane. I don't know how many of you eat raw sugarcane. We eat raw sugarcane just like straight from the garden. But you can juice it. You can crush it to make juice. So here we have sugarcane. Actually, I have 1, 2, 3, like 4 stalks of sugarcane. So we already finished the harvest. We cut them, all of them, to the ground and put some fertilizer. And now they are starting to grow up and form. We'll do some thinning and pruning because there are a lot. And if you let all of them grow, you will not get strong and healthy stalks. So we will let them grow a little bit and then we thin them out and leave the strong and healthy ones to grow. Yeah. And then this patch of the garden has been my biggest problem. This patch hasn't been so fertile. I have tried to fertilize it and put a lot of mulch and compost. Now it's starting to do better. So it has corn also. We planted them the same time, but if you compare the corn at the first patch and the corn on this patch, they seem to have differences, actually difference in color and difference in even the size, um, but they look healthy, so we let them be and we'll continue to work on the soil as we progress with the gardening. So they are the same, we planted them the same time and they are flowering, so I'm looking forward to a huge harvest. I have never planted this much corn before. I always planted like 10 plants or around 15, just a small patch. But this time I have the 2 patches and they all look very healthy. So looking forward that during springtime, we will have a plenty of corn to harvest, and I will let you know how they turn out. And I'll show you when they mature. You'll see the harvest, how it will look like. And then next to it has been, this is kales. It's actually the mother of all the kales in the garden. It's now 3-year old. It's a 3-year-old kale. It's the one with the suckers. So actually, I've been getting all the suckers from this one plant. And this one plant, I get the suckers and then I plant on the other garden. When they mature, I take them out, but this one has survived 3 years. We've let it be. It has survived all the seasons: winter, summer, spring, autumn. The kales they tend to do well in summer. In winter they are very healthy. You don't have to do much, no watering, no bugs, no. They look healthy. But in summer, the white aphids, they come and like eat all these plants and eat the leaves. You cannot even stand the sight of them. But I have let this one plant just survive and go through the seasons, and it's been very, very fruitful. 3 years we can still harvest its leaves, but mostly we get to keep it for transplanting so that I don't lose the seedlings for the kales. So yes, you can see the garden needs a lot of weeding. I just haven't gotten time to weed. It's like every 2 to 3 weeks the weeds are up, and so I haven't had the time to come and weed. But I said so long as the corn and the plants are surviving, I'll leave them for a while. But it also needs to be harvested. There's a lot of veggies in between. The spinach is flourishing, and the black nightshade. And then on this last patch, we were doing a trial on it. We had a lot of sugarcane. Oh, some grew. Look, anyone needs seedlings for sugarcane? We have to take these ones out because they are, oh, yeah, they are ready to be planted. So this is from the cuttings from the sugar canes that we had last time, and we just put them there for mulching, and now they are already sprouting, ready to be planted. I'll ask any of my friends if they need sugar cane to plant. So as I was saying, this patch we were doing a try on it. We used to plant veggies here a lot and a raised kind of garden bed. And then we had a lot of this sugarcane mulch and cutlings, planted garden veggies at the top. You can see the veggies have done very well. So here we have kales. I have kales there, have the black nightshade, and then and it's done very well. So healthy. And then I have harvested coriander. I had put coriander on a line behind there. And also the weeds are enjoying. Can you see the bees? They are enjoying the flowers from the garden. So it's done well. Looks healthy. The not so much weeds. It's just plenty of veggies that needs to be harvested. So I have a lot of the black nightshade, the spinach, and the kales that needs to be harvested. And then surprisingly, this corn. Oh, come and see. This corn decided to grow on its own. This one we did not plant it. It was the first one to just grow. It's raining. It's raining. Maybe I stand on it. I look like a dwarf on this corn. Here, come and see the cob. Come and show the cob. My husband is behind the camera, so I've got someone helping out. Look, yeah, it's done very well, very healthy. And then there's the other one. Usually they do grow, and so this is the firstborn of all the corn in the garden. And as you can see, it's already, the cobs are growing big and healthy. So usually how we know that the corn is ready for harvesting, the silk at the end dries out, and that's how we know that they're ready for harvesting. But we have one downside for this to come and harvest the corn even before it. So that's why I decided this season to plant so that we can share literally. And where with the country where we live, they mostly harvest tender, very young. And this is not the yellow corn. The yellow corn, when it's still tender, you can harvest it and get like it's already maybe ready to be eaten, like what is it called? The young cobs, the young maize cobs, yeah, sweet corn. But this one is not the sweet corn, it's the white one. It needs to be mature and ready. So mostly it's like waste because they can't eat it just because they don't know when it is ready. So next here, I have guava. Yeah, I grew up with a lot of guavas around me. And so this is one plant I really looked around in this city to be able to find a guava. I don't know if I still have the photos from last season. I will have put and you see how it produces. It's the dwarf one, and so it doesn't grow very tall, but it produces in fall. So we already harvested it before. And then next to it is sugarcane. So you've seen plenty of sugarcane. You can see this one is the red tan. So this was the first batch of sugarcane that we ate. Needs a little bit of pruning. We'll do it, but it looks healthy. You can see the leaves and it's already putting up. And then finally, I have the newest baby in the garden. I have an avocado. It grew by itself, so we are waiting to see. We don't know if we want to keep the avocado because it might be a big plant and it's next to the house, but for now we'll keep it going. And then next on the corner I have lemongrass. It's really suffers during winter. It dries up and it looks miserable, but it comes alive in summer and fall. Oh yeah, so we leave it. It was a big bush, so I cut it down and froze some of the uh, stalks so that we can use them while this one is not work is trying to survive the winter season, but it does very well in the other seasons when it is sunny. And so yeah, that is the end of my Verge garden, and that's the far we are at. I will bring it too much. I have to go out and go back to the house. So thank you so much. See you in the next video. Bye bye.